Story time. The Greco-Roman cultural take on the legend in reference to Jupiter, Zeus, Jove, and Prometheus from The Secret Doctrine, Volume 2, page 421. For the host that incarnated in a portion of humanity, though led to it by karma or nemesis, preferred free will to passive slavery, intellectual self-conscious pain, and even torture, while myriad time shall flow to inane, imbecile, instinctual beatitude. Knowing such an incarnation was premature and not in the program of nature, the heavenly host Prometheus still sacrificed itself to benefit thereby at least one portion of mankind. But while saving man from mental darkness, they inflicted upon him the tortures of the self-consciousness of his responsibility, the result of his free will. Besides every ill to which mortal man and flesh are heir to, this torture Prometheus accepted for himself, since the host became henceforward blended with the tabernacle prepared for them, which was still unachieved at that period of formation, spiritual evolution being incapable of keeping pace with the physical, once its homogeneity was broken by the admixture. The gift thus became the chief cause, if not the sole origin of evil. The allegory which shows Kronos cursing Zeus for dethroning him and for creating a physical race of men weak and helpless in comparison, and then as delivering to his revenge the culprit, who despoiled the gods of their prerogative of creation, and who thereby raised man to their level, intellectually and spiritually, is highly philosophical. In the case of Prometheus, Zeus represents the host of the primeval progenitors of the Ptar, the fathers, who created man senseless and without mind. While the divine Titan stands for the spiritual creators, the Devas who fell into generation, the former are spiritually lower, but physically stronger than the Prometheans. Therefore, the latter are shown conquered. The lower host, whose work the Titan spoiled and thus defeated the plans of Zeus, was on this earth in its own sphere and plane of action, whereas the superior host was an exile from heaven, who had got entangled in the meshes of matter. They, the inferior host, were masters of all the cosmic and lower titanic forces. The higher Titan possessed only the intellectual and spiritual fire. This drama of the struggle of Prometheus with the Olympic tyrant and despot, sensual Zeus, one sees enacted daily within our actual mankind. The lower passions chain the higher aspirations to the rock of matter, to generate in many a case the vulture of sorrow, pain, and repentance. In every such case, one sees once more a god in fetters, anguish fraught, the foe of Zeus, in hatred held by all, a god bereft even of that supreme consolation of Prometheus, who suffered in self-sacrifice, for that to men he bare too fond a mind, as the divine Titan is moved by altruism, but the mortal man by selfishness and egoism in every instance. The modern Prometheus has now become Epimetheus, he who sees only after the event. Because the universal philanthropy of the former has long ago degenerated into selfishness and self-adoration, men will re-become the free Titan of old, but not before cyclic evolution has re-established the broken harmony between the two natures, the terrestrial and the divine, after which he becomes impermeable to the lower titanic forces, invulnerable in his personality, and immortal in his individuality, which cannot happen before every animal element is eliminated from his nature.